Usage of macro we have discussed in detail in my previous videos. One of them was doing circular interpolation using G01. Many people asked, when we already have G02 and G03, why we should do that? Answer is, by doing that, we are learning the versatility of macro. Doing circular interpolation in 3D is challenging as a plane keeps changing. So another usage of doing circular interpolation is using G01 is in 3D. In this video, we will see the 3D machining of a sphere using macro. My name is Rajiv Sridharan. Happy learning. Let's see the calculations involved in a sphere. So where we have either the height or the radius. Using the sphere radius and any one of these, we can find the other one. Now, the equation used for this purpose is Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem says for a right angle triangle, the area of the square formed by the largest side is equal to sum of areas of squares formed by the smaller sides. That means a square plus b square equals c square. So the square formed by c is the largest and a and b smaller ones. Now applying this is in sphere, the same thing in sphere. This is the front view of a sphere and this is the z and this is the sphere radius and this is the radius of the active radius of machining, because if you slice this you will have a different radius. So this formula would be the sphere radius square equals z square plus r square. So r equals square root of sr square minus z square, z equals square root of s square minus r square. So if you see a sliced sphere, you can see here there is a radius and here there is another radius. This is a circle formed by slicing the sphere. So at each z level you will find a new circle and a new radius. Now to calculate the points on this, we can use another formula. Now for a circle, if you take any one point on the circle, this is the radius and this is x component and this is y component. This is hypotenuse of right angle triangle. This is adjacent side since we are taking this as the angle, and this is opposite side. So the trigonometric equation should be sin theta equal to opposite side by hypotenuse, cos theta equal adjacent side by hypotenuse, tan theta equals opposite side by adjacent side. So here x-axis, which is adjacent side, is cos theta into hypotenuse, and y-axis, which is opposite side, is sin theta equal to sin theta multiplied by hypotenuse. So this being r, x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta. So here, applying that here, x component of this is r cos theta and y component is r sin theta. 3D machining of a sphere can be done in two different ways. Now we'll see the simulation for one way using a ball cutter. This method is Z level finishing. The tool machine in each Z level. In this method, the ball cutter moves in a direction parallel to the contour, and the step over is controlled by the angle increment. In this method, the benefit is the cusp height or the roughness will be even, whereas Z level machining, each Z level the surface roughness or the cusp height will be different. The first line in the program is defining the blank. So here in this case I have defined a cylinder with 100 mm diameter and 80 mm long. The purpose of using this is only for simulation. Now here the cutter is called, this cutter is 60 mm cutter, can be a shoulder mill, end mill, and then here we define the parameters required for roughing of sphere. So the first parameter is sphere diameter, then the end mill diameter what we are going to use for doing this machining. Here you need to be sure of putting the same value. There are other means of calling the cutter diameter directly here. Now in this case I am not using it for simplicity. Now here the sphere diameter, this is the sphere radius. I have written here compensated, but this is not compensated. For finishing, this diameter need to be compensated because the ball cutter center you need to define, whereas in roughing this need not be compensated. So this is straightforward, whatever is the sphere radius. Then start Z and end Z, from which Z value to which Z value the roughing has to be done, and the depth of cut for roughing, and the entry radius and exit radius. Then here the program start one is a label. Here the calculation start. This x position is calculated using Pythagoras theorem. You know the sphere radius and the height. Height means Z value. With those two parameters you need to calculate the x. Then the x what is calculated is directly the point on the sphere, whereas you need to calculate the compensation for the tool. So here the compensation is applied, and then the tool is rapidly positioned and then radially engaged. Here I have used a bigger feed rate, but that is only for simulation purpose. When you actually cut, you need to reduce the feed rate according to the cutting parameters for the cutter. Then here using G02 the machining is done, and the depth of cut is incremented. Whatever Z value is there, in that the depth of cut value is incremented, and the Z value is checked whether it is more than or 14. R14 value of R14 is end Z. So whether it is more than that end Z value, if it is end Z, it should go back. If it is less than end Z, it should come out of the cycle. So this is how the roughing will be done. You can have a look at the roughing. So according to the Z point, the X is automatically calculated. Then the ball cutter, here sphere diameter, the ball end mill diameter, and here the compensated sphere radius. Because calculating the point on the sphere will be difficult because your ball cutter, the cutting point will differ with Z values. So it is easier to calculate the compensated sphere. So whatever is the actual sphere diameter plus your cutter ball cutter diameter will give you the compensated sphere diameter, and this is compensated sphere radius, the sphere diameter plus ball cutter diameter divided by 2, and then start Z and end Z and depth of cut. Because in Z level, when you do the first few lines, the step power will be too high, so I am just splitting the total sphere into 2 parts. The first 5 mm I am going to do with minimum depth of cut. In this case I have used 0.2, and then I will do one more step wherein the depth of cut can be increased. Now I am using this trans Z equal to -5 to shift my tool center to the ball cutter center. So this can be done without this command also. Then in that case you need to take the reference on the tip and then do an adjustment by the tool radius in the offset. So here it is defined in such a way that if the operator take the offset onto the ball cutter tip, the reference shifting to the center will be automatically taken care. So here the X value is automatically calculated using Pythagoras theorem with sphere radius and the Z value. So the other things are similar to the roughing what we have discussed. So then, as I said, the next one I am doing from 50 to 0 with depth of cut 1 mm. Then the program is same. You can have a look at the total simulation. First roughing with end mill, step by step. Then the ball cutter will come and start doing the finishing. First 5 mm with reduced depth of cut. So here you can see the increment is 0.1, 0.1, 0.2, 0.2, sorry. Then the next phase, the depth of cut you can see here 1 mm, 1 mm it goes. Here you can see the program lines which is active. You can see the macro lines, wing ram, ball cutter. It is finished. Now we will see the other way of doing the finishing in radial machining method. So the roughing is done in the same fashion. Now here sphere diameter, ball and mill diameter, compensated sphere radius, all these things are same as the old style of constant Z level method. Then start diameter is defined, then start Z is automatically calculated with start diameter, end Z. See, this parameter is given, it can be 0 also. This parameter is given because every time the cutter starts from this value and then goes to the finishing, then because of the constant engagement in this position, the surface finish can go bad. That is why this provision of this start diameter is given, so that the cutter will not again and again touch on the same point. So then end result is there, angle increment is there. Here angle increment is given because after every pass in an angular fashion, the next step over has to be taken. So here I have defined 3. You can vary it depending on the surface finish requirement. It can be 0.1, 0.5, 1, whatever angle you feel appropriate looking at the surface finish. Then similar to the previous case, the tool center is shifted to the ball center, ball cutter, and then here the commands used while R25 is less than equal to 360 degree. So basically the cut start from 0 degree, and then taking the angle increment, it will keep on doing till 360 degree. So for every angle, the start radius is calculated with the start diameter what is defined here, R29, R9. Here start diameter is mentioned. So here R29 is start radius divided by 2. So here for each radius, the X and Y components are calculated using R cos theta and R sin theta. Then the start positions are calculated and the tool is positioned there. Z value is positioned. Then each point on that angle on the sphere is again calculated. So while R32 is greater than equal to R14, so R32 is the Z point, is Z position. So R32 is increment by 0.1 in this case. So with the Z position, for every position, X and Y is independently calculated, and those X and Y positions are programmed connected by G64 G01. Please note that even though it's a circular requirement, we are doing the machining in G64 G01. Since the points are closer, it still gives the same finishing requirements as G02 G03. Now in this case, why we are not able to use G02 and G03? Because the plane keep changing, so it is difficult to define G02 and G03 in this case, because with every angle increment it will keep changing the plane. So once one line is finished, it will close this loop and then go back to this. Then angle increment will be given. Angle increment is given here, R25 equal to R25 plus R20. Then the same cycle is repeated. We'll have a look at the simulation. Roughing is same. Roughing is done by a bigger end mill. Now again the finish cutter will come, the ball cutter will come. You can see now the finishing is happening parallel to the sphere. So here there won't be any problem of cusp height you get the same finish all over. Whereas in Z level, so different Z, the surface finish or surface roughness will vary. The points near to the center, the surface roughness will be high, and as it goes down, it will be better. Whereas in this case, the entire profile, the surface roughness will be same. So you can see the roughing cuspides. Here it is big, and as it goes down, it is smaller. The same thing will happen for finishing also. Whereas in this method, that problem will not be there.